Hi. In this chapter, we're going to talk about the development of the embryo, and we're going to talk about, we're going to talk in regards to, we're going to speak about the life is informational, and it's informational continuity. And in this, we're going to talk about the development of the fetus in utero. We're going to talk about oogenesis, which is the development of the egg in the ovary. We're going to talk about spermagenesis, the development of the sperm in the male reproductive system, how fertilization occurs, and then how the development of the the development of the embryo in the uterus occurs. In the description of this particular unit, the textbook talks about the principle. This principle allows us to cover the topics of sexual and asexual reproduction in plants and animals, sexual cell formation, meiosis, human sexual development, human sexual reproduction, birth control, abortion, and the Mendelian genetics principles. Phew! That seems like an awful lot of information. But it's actually quite interesting information. It's very much the mechanics of the miracle of life. How God designed the male and the female to reproduce more males and females of the human kind. It's amazing to me that we can actually look at what is considered the basics of sexual reproduction that God prepared in the very beginning, the origin of life, so that thousands of years later, I'm here. My children are here. My grandchildren are here. You're here as part of reproduction. There are several sections in this unit. The beginning talks about the development, like I said, the development in the male reproductive system, the development in the female reproductive system, moves on into embryo development. I have listed several videos to help you move along with all of this information. I did post in the dashboard that the last video that is listed is an optional video, and then as I looked at it, it's not the last video. It's the second to the last. The last set of videos that I have put into this unit or into this lesson are actually the Mendelian laws, the 3 Mendelian laws. So that's not optional. It's the video right above that in the list is actually a dramatization of an abortion. And it is a animation, but it's totally optional. I know that there are some people that have varying ideas about abortion. Abortion is a huge topic right now. Abortion is what we call an ethical dilemma. When you're looking in science, there are scientific dilemmas, there are ethical dilemmas that are related to science knowledge, the ability to manipulate human reproduction through science. Those are considered dilemmas because the people who are on either side of that debate or either side of that issue have very strong, compelling principles and ideas about why their position is correct or why they can support that position fundamentally in their thinking, in their belief. And so we call it an ethical dilemma, a scientific or a bioethical dilemma. It was not my purpose to list that video to make any position. It was just there as support for part of the unit's information in unit 12 or chapter 12. which is what you're going to do your review questions on. So it is optional. I set it up there for that purpose of it being optional. But it really is important for us to have be very informed when we stand firm on our beliefs and what we support and what we stand for. And so I just want to clarify that. That's out there for that purpose, for information. Human sexuality, the morals of human sexuality is not a part of this discussion. We're strictly talking about the science of life and the design of life and how we are made so wonderfully that we can continue to reproduce. But at the same time, the environment, for instance, for the uterus, it has to be in a perfect setting for fertilization to occur. The egg and the sperm have to be in a perfect situation. They have to be in their health of each one, the sperm and the egg has to be perfect for fertilization to take place. One of the reasons that we have so many females to males on this earth is because of the sperm that get through those shells of the egg to actually fertilize the egg to begin a process of a zygote. And how the female chromosomes tend to be very strong in the sperm and the female chromosomes that are carried by the egg. They become very strong. And so unless there is a very healthy, super healthy sperm or multiple sperms that ultimately get through into the center of the egg, a female is going to be the result of the creation in that zygote. It's oftentimes identified in infertility clinics by doctors in infertility clinics that if the sperm gets through the outer shells of the egg early after ovulation, that is the highest opportunity. That's the greatest time then that male zygotes will be produced after fertilization. And so there's the science behind the miracle is very interesting, I think. And that's what you're going to see in this chapter 12 about the human development, asexual and sexual reproduction in both plants and animals, is the science that's actually behind the miracle of life and reproduction of the life.